Hello there. This is a sharpening setup. Every stone here was given to me by a good friend of mine, Wayne. I want to move that just a little this way. And I need to prepare to cut the binding channels on my acoustic guitar build, and I cut them by hand, and I use a tool called a Grommet and chisels. And this is fine work, super fine work. I need a really fine edge. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through a progression of stones and sharpen this tool and my 1/2 inch and 3/4 inch chisel. I have a medium India, a fine India oil stone, a soft Arkansas, a hard Arkansas, and a black Arkansas. We're going to go through all 5 of these stones on these tools. We'll start with a medium. And a lot of times people start with a coarse. Right now I don't have a coarse, and so we're going to start. And with this, what I'm trying to do, I don't know if you can see it or not, but there are 2 facets. There's one on this side and one on that side. And you want that facet there, if you can get it, because it will help the tool to cut in both directions. So what I'm going to do, instead of pulling the thing back and forth, I want to establish that facet and that point. And I'm checking for burr. In lutherie, sharpening weird shapes, and there I have that, and I'm going to come lay that flat. Pull that burr off. In lutherie, it is necessary to sharpen all kind of oddly shaped tools, and because of that, freehand sharpening is a must. Lovely. Lovely. These stones work really efficiently on my tools, and I don't have to worry does not take very long at all to cut. These might soak oil up just a little bit. Norton impregnates their stones with oil. That's something that also makes them superior as oil stones. A lot of companies will offer you a stone, but that stone is basically designed for either oil or water, and they will skip that step of impregnating that stone with oil. And the stone will soak up oil so much that it'll be a pain in the rear end to use, and you'll load your stone up. Then wonder why the stone isn't cutting. It's because the manufacturer skipped a step in the process to save time and money, and left it up to you to figure out what was going on. So the Norton stones are not very expensive at all. They are comparable to anything else that is being sold out there, and they're way worth purchasing the Norton ones above the others because the quality is there better than any of the other brands you'll see out there, in my opinion. And you'll see that I'm getting a burr on these stones very, very quickly without any issues whatsoever. That's what I'm talking about, people. Yeah, man. Now I'm just using what this is. This is not Norton honing oil. It's just a container it came in. This is regular household grade or laxative grade from your drugstore mineral oil. I like to have the Norton honing oil because it's just a little bit lighter and it's odorless. My wife does not complain. And my wife has issues where I cannot use like the Dan's honing oil or the Smith's honing oil or any of that because she is too sensitive to it and it causes issues. So the Norton's the only one that I can use. I'd love to have a big fat gallon of it, and I eventually will purchase a gallon of it just simply because I like the viscosity of it. And this is the soft Arkansas. Beautiful stone. Look at that gorgeous stone. Look at the, I don't know if you can see it, but we've got the black in it. But you see that purple running through that stone? Look how beautiful that stone is. Dude. And you can look with this facet, I can look at this facet and this facet, see the difference in the polish level. This stone is polishing really quickly. Beautiful. Beautiful. I'm going to put just a bit more oil on this stone before I go to the I'm going to have a burr. Beautiful. Beautiful. Lovely. A little bit of oil on the stone to pull out the swarf and keep my stone cutting properly. I'm going to run that in really carefully. And then I'm going to use some pressure. Gorgeous, gorgeous stone. We're going to put that away. Then we're going to move to the hard Arkansas. The local Rural King, it's like you know what a Rural King is if you're in the United States. Look how beautiful that stone is, dude. This is hard Arkansas. The local Rural King that we have has some mineral oil that's designed to be used as a laxative for animals, and it's thinner. I might try that as a honing oil. Lovely. And I'm just checking the polish between the two facets on this blade. Sometimes patience is necessary in order to get, and I got a burr from that stone all the way along the back, and now I want to polish that back really well. Then we will spending a little bit extra time on this stone because this starts on the finer stones. Once I get this, I won't need, and that's a burr. I want to go a little bit more. I won't need to spend a whole lot of time on that black Arkansas compared to these others. Gorgeous. I want to move that closer so that I can rock forward. I have a burr. I'm not working toward a burr. I started a burr on the medium, and I built a burr on the medium and the fine just because it happened that way. The burr itself, I'm working on, I get that from the medium, and everything past that is refinement. But if it builds a burr while I'm sharpening on these higher stones, that's not something that causes me any concern. Just means the stones are cutting. It's just a beautiful, a little bit of pressure. Beautiful, beautiful stone. Beautiful stone. We'll put that there. And then we'll move to the final stone in this progression, which is a black Arkansas. If you look at this stone, there's a shinier side and a more dull side. We're going to take the less shiny side because it's prepped a little bit coarser for this kind of work. For a razor, for a knife or a tool, I would use this side. For a razor, I would use the side that is more burnished, or I might use both. and I don't need to worry about pulling straight out. I pretty much got the facets delineated and laid out on this. I just want to make it pretty and shiny, and that's lovely. That's that one. Gorgeous, beautiful stone. Beautiful. Lovely. All right. Beautiful. That right there, dude. You will not be disappointed in that kind of edge. It's just not gonna happen. That's beautiful. So now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna set that aside. I'm gonna come over here. This is a chromium pasted strop. Let's see if I can chromium oxide. Whoa, sliced myself open with it, and my hand slipped on it. Can't get the thing on like this. watch. If I slip, this thing will slice me open. We just saw that, and it's not playing. That's exactly what I want. I'm going to put that in there like that, where now it will require adjustment and stuff in order to get it where I want it to cut the channels with. But for right now, I'm just going to put it there where it's safe and try not to get blood on everything. Yeah. These can go over here. That's what I'm talking about, right there. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to you later.